What's up? It's Lane here, and I'm doing another Thoughts On, this time for Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. This is the fifth in a series that I have been watching since I was a little kid. I was like 9, 10 when the first one came out, and I loved it. I still love it to this day. Curse of the Black Pearl is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's just so well done. And I haven't loved any of the sequels, but I did like all the sequels. They were all okay movies, borderline okay to good, you know? They were all fun. And that's basically what the series has always been about, at least since the first one, is just having fun. It's a fun universe, it's a lot of cheesy jokes, feel-good moments, you know. That's a lot of what encapsulates the series. And for the fifth one, it falls in line with that. It's not going to wow you, it's not going to disappoint you. Unless you're a critic. It really did feel like it was just another one of the Pirates of the Caribbean sequels. I will say that Johnny Depp, it felt like the least Jack Sparrow has ever felt like Jack Sparrow. And by that I mean the Jack Sparrow from the first movie. The one who was manipulating people, using events to his advantage, pulling the strings, all to get that one goal that he really wanted to achieve, to kill Barbossa. And in the sequels you see him reacting and just going along and just... Oh yeah, another thing was that he was also very unlucky in the first movie. But he never let that deter him. He would find a way to pull that to his advantage. That was one of the key things I loved about the character, one of the key things I loved about the first movie. And the sequels are all about him just having ridiculous luck while reacting to things in a Johnny Depp comedy manner. Which wasn't as fun for me. I found the first movie to be a good head above shoulders better than the sequels. I still like the sequels, don't get me wrong, but it's a completely different movie. And the fifth one does fall in line with that. But, the fifth one, Jack Sparrow doesn't really feel as much like Jack Sparrow. It's more like he's just Johnny Depp being drunk and dressed like a pirate. And by being drunk, I really do mean he just seems like he's drunk the whole time, not even caring what's going on while crazy stuff happens around him. That's about it. Very few times does it feel like he's taking charge and changing things. Most of the time it just feels like a lot of crazy stuff is happening around him and he's just like, oh, that happened? Oh, bugger. And it didn't feel as good to me as far as the character. The movie was still fine. One of the things that really bugged me about the movie, though, was all the crazy stuff that was happening, the supernatural stuff. This time, it didn't really have as much of an explanation, as much of a meaning as the others. It was just kind of there. Like, with the second one and third one in particular, there were reasons why this crazy stuff was happening. That was all tied together and had at least an explanation of why. Like, for example, the Flying Dutchman was the way it was because it spent like almost all its time in the water. And that's what bonded the soldiers to become part of the ship, you know. It's because they're spending all their time in the water and slowly being molded into the ship. And a lot of the crazy stuff could be attributed to the fact that Calypso was literally a goddess and gave Davy Jones very powerful abilities. And this one, it just kind of felt like, they can do this, don't worry about it. Like, for example, there are, the thing about them is that the ship was burned. It was incinerated. And that's a lot of what make for the physical, you know, special effects, is that it really looked burned, incinerated, broken apart, but it was still sailing despite that, which doesn't really make sense. And in addition, it could do strange things, like bend itself up into the air, and why? And the crew was much the same. A lot of them were missing body parts, and sometimes even just had like an arm and a head, and that's it. And the arm and head were floating there, which made for cool special effects. It looked really cool, but It doesn't make sense. Why is this happening? What even is the curse there? And in addition, it had sharks and with them, and seagulls with them. Why are they even there? Like, don't get me wrong, it looked cool. It was awesome. And it was fun to see what happened with those stuff. But it doesn't make sense. Why are they even there? Like, that was a big problem for the movie, is that it's fun, but a lot of it just doesn't make sense for me. Not, at least not in the same way that, because I mean, none of them make sense, of course. Why would the crew in the first movie turn into skeletons? But yeah, at least they tried for an explanation here. Here they just tried to go along with it, and it kind of bugged me. It didn't ruin the movie for me or anything, but it did bug me at times. The movie was pretty cool and beautiful at times. Like, the island, and there's a special island in the movie, and you'll see it if you do watch it. You'll see it. I'm not going to spoil anything about it. There's an island in there made of stars, and it looks really beautiful. It's just really, really beautiful. And some other things like the special effects for the crew, which I already mentioned, they were really good. It looked really cool. Salazar made a great villain. Like, the role, I blame more for the script than anything. Kind of ruined, like, why he was doing things. Like, I don't know why he would attack the British. I thought he was only attacking pirates, but okay. And, some other things, but the actor did a great job. Barbossa was as good as ever. Jack, well, I already mentioned, wasn't as good as usual. He was still a lot of fun. The two new people, the new couple, they were, typical Hollywood young adult couple. They tried to give them interesting personalities, and only half succeeded. I mean, it was a million times better than anything Transformers has done, so take that for what it will. Wasn't perfect, though. Felt like they kind of shoehorned some things in at the end just for some feel-good moments, but I don't mind that much. They're just trying to make money. I get it. So, yeah. It was a decent movie. I liked it. It does kind of fill in with the rest of the sequels. It's no better, no worse. It's definitely not anywhere near as good as the first movie, but typically if you're going there with low expectations and you want to have fun, that's exactly what you'll get. So yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.